Greetings, fellow travelers. I'm Captain Zara, and I welcome you all aboard this vessel as we embark on an extraordinary journey. Today, we stand on the cusp of history as we prepare to explore the vast expanse of our tri-star system, home to 18 wondrous planets waiting to be discovered. But before we begin this epic space odyssey, let us introduce you to the Chronicles of DianToz, a journey that takes you back to the dawn of civilization, when our ancestors, the Heidelbergensis, were first transported from Earth to DianToz by the enigmatic antediluvians, an ancient race of space explorers.
Our journey began in caves, but through resilience and unity, we rose above our primitive instincts, transforming our world into a peaceful and prosperous society.
Our ancestors built collaborative societies on the 14 islands of DianToz, fostering trade and innovation among all nations.
Follow our 8-part series to learn how we overcame our fears and warlike tendencies to build a prosperous world and a spacefaring society.
And where we're going is a future filled with promise and possibility. Just as our ancestors forged a path from caves to cities, we too are charting a roadmap toward new horizons and uncharted territories.
Precisely, Ren. And it all begins with the Chronicles of DianToz. The Chronicles of DianToz serve as a beacon of hope, reminding us that even in our darkest hours, there is light. Even in the face of adversity, there is opportunity. And even in the vast expanse of space, there is unity.
So join us on this journey with open hearts and open minds, ready to learn from our past and build a brighter future together. For in the end, it is not the destination that defines us, but the journey itself.
The exoplanet DianToz was comprised of 14 uniquely different island nations. Yet, the inhabitants of these islands found common ground with one another because each island evolved on a similar cultural timescale. There were many other reasons why the DianTozians chose to trade with their neighboring islands rather than start a war. Being seafaring nations seemed to be an equalizer of sorts. Exploring the mighty oceans and ever-changing weather was a humbling experience. A distress signal at sea from a fellow traveler always elicited a response. Then there was the mystical night sky. DianToz was a planet that resided within the Hyades star stream and was bound gravitationally by the Hyades star cluster. Living on a planet with a spellbinding night sky created a spiritual bond that seemed to inspire nearly every single being on the planet. Since ancient times when Heidelbergensis arrived as newfound immigrants from the planet Earth, there remained a deep reverence for nighttime stargazing. Astronomy, curiosity, and an open mind came easily to DianKind because of this passionate pastime. So, it came as no surprise that the island nations were able to form beneficial alliances with each other. The world became an open-source society that shared technology that advanced everyday life and space exploration. As a result, a grand middle class came into being that comprised over 80% of the world population. DianToz had become a reasonable decision-making majority. It's amazing what eliminating world hunger and educating the masses will do. It was only natural that the people of DianToz create an advisory council to include some of the most visionary and brilliant people to help facilitate the migration process to the stars. The World Resources Creative Council was established as a result. With the help of AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence, DianKind was now building the first stepping stones to the stars. How were all these projects funded? How did DianToz become so prosperous as a planet? The most powerful driving force that accelerated space exploration for the world of DianToz was space mining. Space mining was recognized for its unlimited potential for finding new resources, and it became a matter of paramount importance. One of the first acts initiated by the World Resources Creative Council was to create the International Space Mining Federation. The ISMF, or the International Space Mining Federation, was funded in part by the aptly named space billionaires. They had the foresight to realize that long-term major investments should prioritize space mining in order to lower cost for large-scale migration to the stars. Space mining soon began to bring dramatic benefits to the people of DianToz. The march was on to build factories in the vastness of space, and outposts on nearby asteroids. Ultimately, a network of exorobots that could self-replicate and capable of adapting and implementing engineering principles began to spread throughout the nearby asteroids. A wondrous infrastructure was created primarily using self-reprogrammable mechanical metamaterials gleaned from the asteroids themselves. Automated reconfigurable robots worked tirelessly 24/7, creating technological structures beyond expectations. Among the more brilliant engineering marvels that was made possible by space mining were the space elevators that were built strategically around the planet. Within a relatively short period of time after being constructed, the space elevators began to make a profit and benefit all of DianToz. What were the advantages and benefits of building a space elevator? Number 1, unlike rocket transportation, which required a tremendous amount of fuel to operate, the space elevators were able to utilize their own power by harnessing the force of gravity as they descended to the surface. As a result, a space elevator produced clean energy that was environmentally cleaner than airplanes and rockets. Number 2, a space elevator can safely lift heavy and fragile shipments in orbit on a daily basis. It can also bring rare and much-needed materials and resources that were mined from nearby asteroids down to the planet's surface. Both lifting materials into orbit and bringing raw precious materials from space would be far more efficient and less costly than using rocketry. Number 3, the benefits to using space elevators also hastened the construction of the 3 rings of DianToz. The first ring was known as the Interstellar Communications Ring, which replaced inefficient satellites that were creating congestion in planetary orbit and were becoming hazardous to space travel. The second ring was known as the Geosolar Ring, which powers over 80% of the planet with inexhaustible 24/7 energy directly from the sun. The third and outermost ring is the Interstellar Science Spaceport and Emporium. Here, the world of DianToz built a launch pad to the 18 planets found within the TriStar system. On board you will find scientific research, hotels, restaurants, and even shopping malls. Number 4, the construction of the space elevators of DianToz caused an unprecedented acceleration of manufacturing. Transporting materials to and from the surface became quick and inexpensive. Gigantic manufacturing plants and outposts began to expand beyond the planet, being built at astronomical speeds. Before space elevators, harnessing most materials from space would have taken years to process and construct in the past, but now, new projects were being built in a matter of weeks. With multiple space elevators now gracing the planet and the 3 rings of DianToz, the world began to build an expanding fleet of starships. DianToz was on the brink of becoming a spacefaring civilization.
The people of DianToz, with the help of AI, have now built the first stepping stones to the stars, with multiple space elevators now gracing the planet, an expanding fleet of starships, and the 3 rings of DianToz. DianToz was becoming a spacefaring civilization. The World Resources Creation Council became the guiding force that launched the Alpha Scouts, the first DianTozians to venture to the neighboring planets. Norsum became the obvious choice, since it was the closest planet and once harbored ancient life. The grand space odyssey was about to begin.